I'm Dan Zeamer from Columbia Water, Columbia, Pennsylvania. I'm a meter technician, kind of lead the meter department for our company. And
I'm Joe Skehan. I'm with the York Water Company in York, Pennsylvania. So I'm the supply chain operations services manager, which includes overseeing the metering department.
We're a small water company, privately owned, Columbia, Pennsylvania. Our system's pretty vast. We do traditional filtration through taken from the Skehan River, but we also have well systems within our system. So we have a little bit of everything going on. When you're living in the Northeast, it's older. You know, it's one of the 13 original colonies. So the infrastructure from back in the day, you got to think about that. And you know, you come down south or west, it's newer infrastructure, and not a lot of people think about that.
York Water Company is a private water company, much like Columbia. We were founded in 1816, so we've been around for a very long time. We serve a little over 70,000 water customers, and we've got a wastewater group as well across 4 counties in south central Pennsylvania.
We wanted to go more modern. So for all the years leading up, we kind of started with the old touchpad off of a census meter. And then it grew to an MXU. And Kamstrup come along with the ultrasonic, and we were a little skeptical at first. And they're like, well, why don't we give you a couple and we'll pair that with the census MXU. So we did that for a little bit. Immediately from that point, kind of ripped off the Band-Aid. We had that moment where we even said, we got to rip off the Band-Aid. And we went to Kamstrup, and there was really no looking back at that point. Before, you would have to run a wire, drill a hole through somebody's wall, and then put an MXU outside exteriorly, and then you're siliconing that up and everything. Now I can go in, I can change a meter out, link it up to a tower, a collector, sorry, and be in and out of there in around 7 minutes. Where a setup before was 30 to 45 minutes. You feel like, we were talking about this, you feel like you're missing a step. You spend all them years doing it a certain way, then you go in and you're like, I'm done. What else should I be doing? And you just go talk to the customer. You know, sell them on what you just put in their house, you know. So we did the propagation study. It showed that we needed X amount of collectors. Our last one was shipped just the other day, and probably till we get home, it'll be there. We'll put that up, and then our system will be complete. We'll be completely on collectors. Just having that information right at the tip of your fingers changed the game. It changed everything with how you go to start to look for a leak. You pull software up, and it gives you your hot spots. Now you know where to go. Before, you kind of just started somewhere, and it was kind of you chasing your tail. Now it gives you a pinpoint, and you have an exact location of where you need to listen. It's impressive. I was on the distribution department in our company for 17 years, and so through that we would do lift and shift pods through Guterman, and also a lot of ground miking. So you would go, it's kind of crazy. So you would just get out of the vehicle, go up to a fire hydrant, listen to it. See if you hear something, go to the next one. Keep doing that all through town. You could see how redundant that would be. In and out, in and out, in and out. Now, like again, you have a starting point. With kind of pairing that with the Guterman lift and shift to use again with each other, it's pretty awesome. They're actually pretty receptive to it, and it's a lot of, oh wow, you know, that, a good for instance. So we installed a meter to a customer, and you know, X amount of months goes by, I went and explained to them, oh, it has this ALD technology, 6 months go by, their service line pops. So I go out, listen on it, oh, the leak's on your side, I'm sorry. It's a hard conversation to have, but I took the laptop with the software right there, the leak detector software. We got to show them physically what's happening. Okay, in August you were fine. It got a little bit louder. Now it's a little bit louder. Now this is what's happening. And to show them the proof was everything. And it's a little bit easier for them to swallow that information when you have the proof right there in front of them. It's definitely more accurate. When it comes to quality, I would say more so being able to track your hour-by-hour usage in a home. So if there's a billing dispute and different things like that, being able to have, again, back to that paper proof or computer proof, you know, hey, this is what's happening. The average person's asleep midnight till 5 a.m. If you're using water during those hours, something's going on. Flapper valve in your toilet, or you got a hose bib that's open that you didn't realize, your kid did it, you know. You can call them and say, hey, this is what's going on. We're gonna email you that hour-by-hour information so you can see it yourself. And the eyes go, oh wow, we didn't realize this was happening. Yeah. And you're saving them money in the long run because you're getting ahead of it, where before you're getting 1 month reading. So it could have been going on for a month. Well, if you're picking up on that earlier, you're saving them money, they're getting it fixed, you know, and not just water down the drain. Yeah, we have probably our largest customer, and we realized that there was kind of something off with what we were billing them. Here we missed a rollover event. So when you miss a rollover event, that's 1 million gallons of water that you're not billing for, so you're losing that. And we got to go to them and show them the proof. Here's your hour-by-hour usage. Here's the daily usage. You could see all added up. We're not lying. And to be able to back your work and have that, and then have them pay you immediately is a pretty great, you know, rewarding experience. But having Kamstrup on our side to say, we're going to work with you on this. We need to help you. And the phone calls, Blake was just working on things. Jake was phenomenal. Jake came down. Let's go in there. Let's go into the factory. Let's look at the meter. And then that's when we put the optical eye on, changed the decimal point, and now we do not miss a rollover event. And we have our own optical eye now, knowing the application. Let's say another foundry was just sold, we're going to change the meter out. Let's change that decimal point. We know they're going to be a high user. So we learned some things in that process. It was $90,000 that we recovered. That's substantial. That's not something your company can just eat. So Joe worked for a supply company, and he came to sell us some Badger meters, and we had moved to Kamstrup. And so I was like, do you want to see something? And he's like, yeah. Well. So I pull up the computer, I pull up the software, and I'm showing this, and I'm like lighting up about it. And he was, later on, took a job with York Water, and he's like, just talking to you, it's like all I can think about. He goes, I knew exactly what I had to do. And
that's true. Dan was really the first person to show me, you know, the benefits of Kamstrup meters, and
yeah,
here we are.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's a neat, like, we're not competing water companies. We're just right across the river from each other. Just being able to bounce ideas off each other, that growth is going to be really great.
Yeah, we identified a lot of operational inefficiencies due to the existing drive-by AMR system. So the lack of visibility, the fact that we just don't always know what's going on out in our system with our meters, with our customers. We're late, we're delayed to respond to issues. And we also are just constantly contending with this issue of estimated meter reads, which we don't pick up a read. We have to estimate the customer's bill. At some point, we have to get on the service rotation to get somebody out there to fix it. It just seemed like a lot of extra stuff that goes along with, maintaining a metering system. So we identified the need to go to an AMI system. We reached out to Kamstrup and a number of other vendors, and what Kamstrup had to offer seemed like the best solution for us. So we're running a pilot system on that now. So we started installing, we installed our first meter about 6 weeks ago. So it hasn't even been 2 months really, but we pretty much within the first week started seeing that the meters we had put in were hearing noise. And then within 2 to 3 weeks, some of them have been identified as actual leaks on the customer service line. So the results started coming into us pretty fast, and now we're just trying to figure out, okay, how do we manage all this data that we have now that we didn't used to have?
I think a cool thing is within the software, you can break down parts of your system. So we have all these towns, right? We have pressure zones. So within that pressure zone, once you complete that system with Kamstrup meters, not only are you doing leak detection actively every day, all day long, but so let's say every single facility or home has a meter, okay? Kamstrup meter. Your pumping is telling at the filter plant or your well system is telling you pumping X amount, right? So you can go to the total consumption within that system and see, and then you know your unaccounted for water. You know, it's real time, not waiting for a month's worth of data reports to come in. No, this is right now. Like as we speak, we know we're losing this, or you know, or it changed the game, especially with the ALD. It changed everything. Having control of your water system is the most important thing, and that's what's important.
In my experience, yes. We have an obligation to, not just our customers, but our shareholders as well to find and create efficiencies wherever possible, and that includes capturing all of the non-revenue water that we can. So we try to be aggressive with our efforts. We're trying to just, be as efficient as we can. So we presented our vision for moving to an AMI system to the board of directors last year. We got the approval of the board and the CEO to move ahead with looking at piloting an AMI system. So yes, the board did look at it. And then when we selected Kamstrup, we had a follow-up meeting with our senior leadership and discussed why we made this decision and what we expect to see as a result once we start installing these meters. So we had a drive-by AMR system. Again, 70,000 customers roughly. So in any given month, we've got hundreds of meters that we have to estimate reads from. And across the service territory the size of ours, it just becomes almost a full-time job just to repair MIUs so we can capture readings. Because we're regulated by the PUC, we have to do all this work in a very sort of designated time frame. So it just increases our burden of compliance. In the short time since we've started installing Kamstrup meters, we've already seen the benefit that we can get. If a read doesn't come in, it comes in a couple hours later.